Welcome back to Photoshop for Photographers, and today we're going to take a look at the history panel, snapshots in my favorite Command Z. Now the history panel I have located right here. And if you don't have it up, all you have to do is go up here and make sure that you check history, and history will open. This is its little icon of what it looks like. And what this allows us to do is to either go forward or back in time as we make adjustments. So this is where I opened it, and then I did something with the brush, and then I did some curves adjustments, and then a color balance adjustment. Let's say I don't like that and I want to go back to curves. All I have to do is select that, and it allows me to go back in time. Now, you are set to a specific number of states that you can go back in time. And that was set in the preferences. So if we go into Photoshop, into preferences, and then head over to performance, this is where you're going to allocate how many states of history that you save. So you can do 50, you could do 1,000,000 if you wanted. It's going to take up too much memory. You could do 10, you could do 200. It really depends on how many adjustments you usually make in an image. If you usually make less than 10, well, then you don't need 50 history states. If you usually do 200, then maybe you want to increase that so you have more history states. The more history states you have, the more memory you're going to need. Now, these history states do not save. If I was to save this image and open it back up, the history states are gone. That's where having non-destructive layers comes in. Your layers are still going to be in there, so you can still work on stuff. But if you just make adjustments and you expect your history to be there after you've opened and closed your image, it's not going to be. The next thing that we have under here is this little camera right here, and this is called a snapshot. So let's go down here and we'll say, this is how I tone this image. And I like it, but I'm not sure if that's the way I want this to look. So what we can do is come down here and click this and make what's called a snapshot. So we've made this snapshot at this state. This is how our image was originally, and this is how it is at our snapshot. Then I can come in here and let's say I want to make a black and white adjustment. And then I want to do a photo filter, and then I come and I make another snapshot. So I've changed it. So right now I have this state in my snapshot, or I can go back in time to this state, or I can go back in time to the beginning. Once again, snapshots do not save. If you save this image and close it out and then open it up, your snapshots are gone. Your adjustment layers are there, but your snapshots are gone. So that's very important to remember. So with snapshots, you can click on any state and go back in time to that point when that snapshot was taken. Just like the history brush, if we come up here, we can go back in time to those different history states. Now, the last thing that we're going to take a look at is Command Z, which is my favorite. So we'll come in here and we will make an adjustment, and we'll just brighten this up a little bit as far as that hue. You will see that we've modified the hue saturation layer, and then we'll come in here and we'll do a color balance layer, and we'll make an adjustment, and we've modified that thing. So here are our history states. Now let's say I just made this color balance and I don't like it. Under Edit is something that's called Undo Modified Color Balance. That is Command Z. So Command Z will automatically undo what you did last. So we'll come back here. If I hit Command Z, it automatically undoes that color balance. Now it used to be that if you hit Command Z again, it would reactivate it. So if you hit Command Z, it allows you to go back in time one history state. Command Z goes back in time one history state. Now it used to be if you hit Command Z again, it would reactivate what you just did. It would allow you to flip back and forth between those states. They have changed that, not this version, but 2 versions ago, they changed the way Command Z works. If you hit Command Z, to make it go back, you need to hit Command Option Z. And then you can hit Command Z, Command Option Z, and that toggles you back and forth. If you hit Command Z, it goes one step back in time. So if I hit it back, I hit Command Z again, it goes back. One more, it goes back. it will allow you to go back in time as many states as you have left in your history palette. Now, this is my last one, so that's going to be the last step. It's going to allow me to go back in time. So you can use the history palette to go back in time and undo what you did or go back to where you were. You can use snapshots to save certain points, and you can use Command Z to quickly toggle back and forth between different history states. Hopefully that has been helpful. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.